It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. Hey, will Tennessee pass a bill preventing businesses from banning non-mask wearing customers? Ooh. Stephanie Miller, what do you got for our first local story?
Oh, the legislature is mulling this one over. Stores from coast to coast, they've been regularly, of course, requiring customers to wear masks to enter their premises. During the so-called pandemic, some companies have not only banned non-mask wearing customers, but have even they've harassed them and they've had them arrested for disturbing the peace, all because they weren't wearing a mask. Tennessee lawmakers, yes, now looking into banning businesses from forcing customers to wear their masks.
Interesting. So
let's get into a few specifics.
Mm-hmm.
This bill would prohibit a person from denying an individual the full and equal enjoyment of their goods and services, facilities, privileges, advantages, and accommodations of a place of public accommodation, resort, or an amusement on the grounds of them wearing or use of a medical device, or whether the individual has received medical treatment such as a vaccine. The bill would put non-masking in the same categories against which businesses may not discriminate per federal ADA regulations.
Okay.
That's where we are.
So, like, as medical stuff, like with HIPAA laws and what have you. Lawyer Wayne, you're a lawyer.
I am.
What do you make of this?
Sending up a lot of questions in my mind.
Okay.
Right. So, as a business, generally, you get to set the rules for the people that you invite into your business. No shoes, no shirt, no service.
Okay, right.
If you want to open up a business where people don't have to wear shoes, I suppose you could do that. Right. If you want to say, look, I don't want no Yankees hats in my bar because this is a Mets joint. Mets don't like Yankees, right? I don't know.
We don't like Yankee fans.
Okay, there you go.
Right.
So don't wear your Yankee stuff in here.
Because they're bullies.
Right. Generally, you can't do something against something that is protected. So we have an idea of protected class. You can't say no black people allowed in my bar because that's racial discrimination. It's a different category. That's wrong. It's wrong. It's okay to discriminate against Yankees fans, right? Because they're not protected. There's no.
What about
right
what about Buddhists?
Yeah, religious discrimination, things like that. Now,
what about sexual orientation?
Sure, those kinds of things we pass laws and generally recognize.
What about political beliefs?
Political beliefs are usually protected as well. And
okay.
And now I say usually. Now it depends on where you start getting in these gray areas. Now this law would say you can't. Basically, it's saying you can't require a mask. I can't put up a sign that says "Don't come in my store unless you're wearing a mask." I don't think that can fly. I think you'd have to you could certainly make the argument to say, well, if somebody has a medical condition that prohibits them from wearing a mask, right, or some religious problem with it or whatever. But for a store owner to say, look, I want people to wear masks when they come in here, I think they'd be a tough lawsuit to win.
Well, what about this scenario? Okay. So I can't wear a mask, health reasons.
Sure.
Okay, I go into the store. Sir, please put on your mask. I can't, health reasons.
Then your complaint is not the wearing the mask in general. It's your health condition. Then you're saying you're discriminating against me on the basis of a disability. Right. And that's like saying, everybody in here has to do a little tap dance before they're allowed in. Well, the guy in the wheelchair can't do that, so it's not about the tap dance, it's about the wheelchair at that point.
Now, Bay, if in that scenario where I can't wear a mask because of a health thing, and that manager of that store asks me, what's your health condition?
None of their business.
None of their business. Actually, legally, none of their business.
It's like saying no pets allowed, except for if you need a service animal. Right? So you might say, well, you can't make people wear masks or not wear masks.
Maria, what do you feel about this potential bill that could become law?
I don't think a business should require masks, so I'm for that. And if a business does, they don't get my business.
And you know what? It's funny because those who are the pro-maskers out there, which is fine. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. But if a business says you don't have to wear a mask, guess what, maskers? You don't have to go to that business also.
Correct.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's a two-way street when it comes to boycotting and protesting.
And the government getting involved saying you have to require your customers to wear a mask or you can't require your customers to wear a mask. I don't want, in general, the government telling me one way or the other.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now,
Right.
if there's a pandemic, an emergency, nuclear fallout, whatever, we understand that sometimes the rules have to change temporarily.
Okay.
But in general,
Now,
stay out of it.
and that brings up to another point. What entitles an executive position, such as a governor or a mayor, to say there is a pandemic, there is an executive order because of an emergency? Like take, let's go to Montgomery County. Okay, anyone want to take a guess of the current active cases of COVID in Montgomery County according to tn.gov? What do you say, Maria? What's your guess?
A percentage or
Actual number.
Number 1,500.
You're going 1,500. What do you say, Stephanie Miller?
I'm going to go with 2,100.
2,100 active cases in Montgomery County. Lawyer Wayne?
I already know the answer.
Bay, what's your guess?
I think it's 400.
It is 353 active cases in Montgomery County.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, according to Tennessee TN.gov. This is the latest and updated numbers, active cases. I got the charts right here, the whole bit.
We're doing pretty good.
Pretty
I'd
good,
say.
Yeah.
right?
Go Montgomery County.
And with that being said, so is this still now a state of emergency, a county of emergency? Do you know what I mean? Like, how long do executive orders? How long do we allow people of power to
Have the power?
ultimate power over us? Do you know what I mean?
Do we do it till it's zero?
Like once,
And if it ain't zero, what is it?
right?
You know?
Like we didn't give it, we didn't allow it when it was 400 cases in August, and now we're below those numbers. It hasn't seen this number since June 25th. So, I mean, it's very interesting, and I'd like to see how the state handles that. But, Lawyer Wayne, you make a good point. I don't want the state telling me you have to, and looking at the opposite end of the spectrum, I don't want them getting involved saying you don't have to, too, because down the road, yeah, that's going to be a tough battle to fight.
Well, and when they bring that stuff up, like a pandemic and all of that sort of stuff, like you have to set like, here is the marker, the goal point, set it already in the very beginning, because this whole thing, they keep moving the marker. And people are like, what do I believe? What do I not believe? Like, what is the truth? Like, they keep moving all the things. What's the end game? What's the goals?
And I also feel like our leaders, our politicians, it's do as I say, not as I do.
Okay.
So I'm telling you to do this, but yet I can go out and I can go get my hair done or go to my restaurant and you know what
yes,
I mean?
yes.
I'm
Oh,
just
especially
saying.
in California. You ain't kidding. You know, and that hypocrisy, as we brought up throughout the entire summer up until this day, too. It's just, it is crazy. But I hope that government does eventually, and sooner than later, get out of our way and allow us to thrive and open up our schools and businesses on a whole. And again, let me just, for local Montgomery County, we've been very fortunate
Yes.
with good leadership of being on our side and not on our back during this time.
Yeah.
I definitely have to say that, or at least that's how I feel. All right. Because, I mean, we didn't have business curfews. Like, look at Nashville. As Comrade Cooper over there in Nashville. Bars have to close at 10 p.m. Oh, ruh-roh.
Well, he got caught in a scandal of numbers, too.
Oh, yeah, did he?
Oh, yeah. He was
Strip poker, like Cuomo?
No, he was beefing up the numbers of the pandemic. It was months ago
And-
now.
Yeah,
that-
I remember.
Yeah.
Unreal.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.